Alright, this guy from Y.C.G, your casual gamer. Time to build the last part of our level for Season 3 Deathscyp Factory. And it's roughly gonna look like this. Now, like always, when my imagination kicks in, I end up doing something totally different. But let's recreate the end part together. So if you guys want to follow along, all you need is the Infinity Blades asset and all the starter contents. Well, some of the starter contents. So stay tuned. Okay, so first thing first, make sure you're selected on 2-2. Like we were doing with the level streaming in the previous episode where we were making levels, you have to be able to prepare your switch. When are you going to load the third part of the level as a level streaming method? And as you can see over here, as soon as I reach the bridge, I have a clear view on this outside hall over here, which isn't good. So that means the level 2-2 is not quite finished yet. I need to prepare my scene so that I can easily unload the first area, which I think was happening somewhere around here on the bridge. And as soon as I'm done loading it, just a few steps further, the third area should be able to load. So let's fix this real quick. So I'm going to speed up the video, we're going to have nice music in the back, and I'm going to try to polish up this end with you guys if you guys want to follow along. Alright, so that's more appropriate. So now I know that if I reach this area, I think over here, yes, I'm going to unload the first part over there. And if I wanted to, I think at the same time, I could literally trigger the end part. Or I could just set it over here. I could have another level like this that would just load the third part. As you can see over here, it makes a nice curve to the left. And I don't have too much details over here because everything is becoming more of a castle-wise thing. And you got to be smart about this because the more stuff you add on the height, the more you're going to have to actually duplicate stuff so that they are apparent in another view. Like if I unload the first area over here is unloaded, and that's because I know that from the bridge I don't see anything right now. I can just, nothing is spawning, maybe behind that rock over here, but that's like fine tweaking that you can fix, and probably with the lighting, oh no, I still see it. So that's something that I would probably have to fix over here, but you get the idea. So now we're ready to build the third part. So I went on and got a few of the temple assets. I find it's a better practice, especially when I'm streaming with you guys, because that way I have all the assets in one place that I think I'm going to use. And it makes myself, it saves a lot of time because I don't have to go look for the assets all the time. It's a good practice to take. Eventually, try to have, I know it's annoying to say and because everybody says it, but in the industry it's very good to have everything well organized, especially when you're working on your scenes, so that you can have a fast workflow. It's always about time. So alright, so with that ado, we're gonna add a level. Oops, I just saw this over here. And I'm gonna fix this. Let's put that there. No retarded step over here. There we go. That's about it. And so we're gonna add our last level. So to do so, like always, if you don't remember, we're gonna go to level, create new, I put it in the maps over here. I take it season 3, and then it was called stage 2-2. So now this time it's going to be called stage 2-3. And make sure to select in the emptiness over here, or else it's going to try to replace the 2-2 with the new one. Fun fact, it happened to me once. It is not fun, because after that it is, I think you lost the other level because you totally replaced it and you cannot undo this action. I'm sure your prompt that you're going to do a mistake, but I'm not sure, so I'm not going to steer you in that way. Alright, so let's build our last stage. Now, as you can see already, I'm going in a different direction. That's my imagination playing tricks on you guys, so let's see what it's going to do. So, okay, so go. tiling. So to match this hole over here where I want the door to be, very simple, and you can do this in your own game too, you know, when you really just have to fill up a space using these BSP brush. It's not gonna do that much of a damage in your game. It doesn't always look good, but a lot of time you can get away just by using a little BSP brush, and it's instead of having to go do a new mesh with a nice hole or break your head with whatever you have for now to make the perfect hole for your scene over here. So what I mean over here is we're gonna go, so on the Z I want 1500, on the Y 1500. It's too much. Let's put it to 1000, 1000. That's fairly good, and maybe 1000 on the X too. No. Let's put it 250. Just to say you have a good tiling, and then you just align it with your wall, which now I think it's the wall. It's not 9. Just bring it forward. These are mostly places that the player will not be able to see. So it's easy to just hide them behind something. Like over here, it's like you can just hide them behind these things and you're gonna never see it. You're gonna be down here, mind you, so you're not gonna see much. You're just seeing, oh shit, it's a big castle I'm getting in. So here, and then we're gonna have the texture I said. So let's go grab the material. So here you can just click on the magnifier over here, grab the texture and bring it on this. And to match the UV scale, you can just match this with 4, I think it's 4. Sounds like 4. Add it. You know, it's very close, but I'm gonna say it might be 4-5. That's about right. Okay, 4-5. There you go. And now you can see that you can't even tell where does it end, like real quick there. And that's what most players will not notice. And if you want to be 100% sure that nobody notices what you just did, a little life hack, what you can do is you can just grab a random mesh. We're going to go back to my temple. Grab a random, there. Let's grab this, let's put it up. Could have been something more solid. I gotta say this is not the best mesh for it, but I could just grab this and bring it like, I can't even find it. There it is. I can bring it right here and make the demarcation. You bring a static mesh in there. That way, when people look at it, they're just gonna see that design. You're gonna see that mesh pop out and be like, okay, this is what it is right here. It's not really. There's no tiling. Well, I mean, the tiling is good. And I'm gonna say this is not the best mesh to take it. But again, you get the idea. I'm probably gonna come and fix it after. So let's keep on going. Now that we have this, we can make a nice hole inside. So you just grab another BSP brush, bring it in, and let's say you want your door to be about, I don't know, this big. So on the y-axis, let's put it to 450, just to make sure it goes through. And then you can just do, instead of additive, subtractive. I know we all covered this in previous episodes, but it's just good to come back to basics, see what we can do with them again. 750, no, that's way too big. Let's put it to 400, 500, there you go. Then, I don't know, 750 for the Z, there you go. So now I got a nice square over here that, again, for the inside material, you do the same thing. Grab this, come and bring it inside, on top, and over here. And now the only, I think it was, we already have that, so we can just go 450 and just apply, and there you have it. And if you want to make sure your walls are tiling, you can, that's what's nice with BSP. You can literally grab the walls, all the walls, select align to wall, select adjacent. Did I do the right thing? I did not. Okay, alignment to walls. And then it's going to tell you to redo this, which takes 2 seconds, and it's done. Now you know everything is tiling pretty well. So now you have your hole over here. Save everything. So that's pretty much the basics behind what we're going to have as a scene. I'm going to go ahead and add a bit more detail, but up to there is really is fine tuning over here. It's fine tweaking. I have a bunch of mesh that I could still put around, but at least we have the layout for how it's going to be for the last level. We can go ahead and add some lighting. I like to keep my scene, like I know, since it's an outside scene, what I could have done, I could have grabbed the light, the global direction light, and if I remove cast shadow, which is, oh, it's already removed. This is, I could have probably bumped up the light over here, but I prefer to have my lighting my own way. So what I do normally is I'm going to grab a light like this, and let's put it on, this is still a unit, Unreal unit, so it's going to sound like a lot more. And right now, I'm not used to play with this anymore. I think it's this for the minimum roughness. I'm used to play with the soft radius, which is in the new versions. of Unreal. That's why I want to rush finish out, well, not rush, but I want to finish the season 3 as fast as possible because it has been lingering enough. And that's my pressure. I could have switched to another engine version right away, but I wanted to make sure to finish this season first. Go, add another one over here, add another one, oops. The other thing that's nice also is that in the first person aspect, when you add lights around your scene like this, your character can't really go through them and you're going to see it reflecting on your character. Unless you have arms, and in that case it's different. But in our case, where we don't have a visual aspect behind the character, it's easier to not do the mistake where this light would totally like overlap the character. I'm just again doing basic lighting just so that we have an idea. Like you can see that it's still like panning out on this. So I would probably have to play around with these settings just to make sure that it doesn't. That's why I prefer the soft radius with the new versions of the lighting. It's a lot better than what I have over here. But we can always come back and tweak it. So there you go. That's the basics of what we're going to do. You can add a door over here. You can add all kinds of design. But I think we have enough to move on. And we're going to start building our tricks. Because we have I have a nice little puzzles that I wanted to build with you guys. And we're going to build it in the next episode. So have a good day and see you next time. So I kept going. It's up to you guys if you guys wanted to follow. I mean, I'm always there to enlighten your imagination if ever you have a spark. I mean, don't stop. I can even go ahead and add the particle right away, which is just a nice fire over here. and just add it to this over here. And I mean, the door, we can add it in time. We've already all done doors together, so I'm not too afraid this will not take time. See, time here, time. And it's pretty much done. All the fine tweaking over here. This one over here has to be deleted. It's gonna be this. Like this. All right, that's good. Have a good day, guys.